Wow, wow. We are here. I have a little bit of an issue with the overlay, but you know what? We're here for it. Guys, we we are here. In a very short notice for you guys. I understand that, but uh, we got to talk about this. I am here with my good old buddy Loft, and welcome to Outside the Brand. This is a very special episode of OTB because Loft, we got a little bit of an extra. What you think of this news when we found this out earlier on today?
Man, I haven't laughed in a really long time, like a real like stomach laugh, and this made me. This was one of the most comedic things I've ever seen in my life. I, this is hilarious that they're even going for this at this particular moment. I don't. I Oh God, it's funny. Very funny.
Yes. So, welcome, guys. Welcome to OTB. This is a very special episode, like I said, because this is an extra. We haven't done an extra in a long time, but we're here for it. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We will be doing our NXT review later on tonight, so go check that out when you can. It is Tuesday, October 12th, 2021. I'm your host, Phil, alongside with my good buddy Loft here. And if you haven't already, follow all of us on social media down in the description below. All our TikToks are down there. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you never miss an upload, along with many other things so that you can never miss an upload. If you missed anything on the channel in the past, it's all right there. There's a playlist for you. Just go check it out. All 66 episodes, included, well, all 65, and then including this one, episode 66, will be in that playlist so that you guys can go enjoy it whenever the heck you want. And without further ado, Loft, who the heck are you? And then we can get started with what we're going to be talking about for today's episode.
Yeah. I, I say, I'm sorry. I'm still having a hard time processing everything.
It's a very, very hard thing to process. Yes.
Yeah, it's very weird. But we shall discuss it.
All right, so let's do that. While we're at it, ringside news. As you guys know, we kind of use ringside news for a lot of our stuff here, but it really hasn't been wrong for the majority of the time that we've been using it. So it's honestly a very trusting source, and I've obviously used other sources in the past, but this one right here is literally at your fingertips because they have an app for your phone. I mean, Loft, you have it too, so it's right at your fingertips as well. But Ringside News reports that AEW is making a very, very bold move to have a buy-in, so to speak, as to something that pertains to the Friday Night SmackDown being supersized this Friday night. We have this is it's such a weird story to tell, but we are going to be seeing a match between Bryan Danielson and Bobby Fish at 9 o'clock on AEW's YouTube channel. And it's, like I said, Loft, this is a very strange move by Tony Khan in AEW, but this is also, in a weird way, I kind of like it because you're at least trying to get some competition in there, but you're already just trying to force feed something that we could see possibly on a Dynamite or anything like that. It's so while I get the article up, I gotta get this article up so that we can actually read it out to you guys. I have it right here. Wrestling fans can say that WWE's undoubtedly fired the first shot going into the Friday Night Wars set to occur and gaining momentum, WWE announced an extra half hour of SmackDown last week, which will cut into the first half hour of AEW Rampage, which airs on TNT. Tony Khan fires back on social media soon after that announcement, stating that he and his company will be ready for the war. And now this. Khan was on WFAN's Moose and Maggie show, and it was during that appearance that he announced that a special buy-in is going to be this Friday. And the buy-in will start at 9 p.m. And as you guys know, 9 p.m. is literally smack dab in the middle of SmackDown off. And broadcast is going to be on AEW's YouTube channel, where usually AEW Dark and Dark Elevation, where they preside. That would place a buy-in right in the middle of SmackDown's broadcast on Fox, and for the professional wrestling fans, it's going to be a great match, as we are going to be seeing the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, taking on the newly acquired Bobby Fish. It's a match such as this one would pit two epic talents against each other in the ring, and action will be a technical wonder for the match. But men, they're going to try to deliver a clinic and just a classic for you guys while you're on there. But it's a very, very bold move by Tony Khan. Wow, at the end of the day, it's just a very bold move.
Yeah,
we already have a stat show on Rampage, and then this adding to it. I don't know if it's going to be the entire hour leading into Rampage, or if it's just going to be the match and that's it, and then we just have to wait till 10 o'clock. But it's a very, very bold move, and I don't know what to really truly think about it.
This whole attempt is very stupid. You should not go down this road with WWE. You can't beat WWE by attacking them head on. You would think a lot of wrestling promotions understood that, seeing the demise of WCW and TNA for what they were in their prime. So the fact that he's trying to do this, I do respect the whole competition thing, because it is very exciting. Friday is going to be a great night for professional wrestling fans. But in the grand scheme of things, as much as Tony Khan is trying, and I know Vince, even though he says AEW is not competition, he knows that they are, I hope. So it just seems like something that's not going to be in AEW's best interest at this particular moment, because people neglect to realize that WWE is no longer a professional wrestling company.
Right.
They haven't been a professional wrestling company since about 2014, maybe, I want to say. Maybe. But
even then, they're still calling themselves sports entertainment.
Yeah, at this point, they are an entertainment juggernaut like Disney or one of those huge franchises that puts on TV shows, and you can't knock down something like that. You can't. If they wanted to do this with Impact, all right, maybe, because Impact doesn't have the reach that WWE has. You find WWE everywhere. That's why they're so hard to beat. So you can't just run up to them and say, "Hey, we have a wrestling clinic." Yeah, but WWE's demographic now, for the most part, is casual fans, and casual fans aren't going to want to watch Bryan Danielson and Bobby Fish. They're going to want to watch Brock Lesnar. They're going to want to see some rappers and NBA players on SmackDown, and Vince can make one call and make that happen. So it doesn't seem like something that's in their best interest right now. I don't see why they're doing it. SmackDown's going to win in ratings, and then AEW's going to probably win in like a different demographic, most likely. And then 18 to 27, I think
18 to 49. That's what everybody's trying to
even bigger
make it.
So it's weird. I just don't think if I was the leader of a wrestling promotion and I wanted to compete against WWE, I would just focus on what I have that's good and keep pushing that, because AEW still has the best pay-per-view all out that I've seen this year.
Right.
So it's like, you have something good. You don't have to throw all this stuff at the wall and throw all this stuff at Vince, because it's not going to work. It's going to backfire. So
now you, Saul, and I were talking in the group chat, very, very diplomatically. I have to say, nobody even got really mad or upset at each other about trying to figure out what the heck this move is really all about. And a lot of people in the group chat are saying that this is just like the first ever petty move by Tony Khan. This is just not usually what Tony Khan really does. I mean, of course, he's in the spirit of competition and everything, but we're trying to figure this out. And listen, like I said in the group chat earlier, I'm not picking sides here. As you guys know, I do watch both. I've been watching AEW since day one, but I've also been watching WWE for the past 11, 12 years of my life. All right, so I'm always going to have a little special place in my heart for WWE. Am I falling in and out of love with this company? Yes, I am. But that doesn't change the fact that I've been watching this thing for a decade plus, and I'm going to look at it this way. The match is obviously going to be a banger, but if it doesn't do as well as I believe Tony Khan thinks that it will, then I'll just say, hey, you know what? You tried, you failed, move on, and this was only for 1 week, one night. But I honestly think right now, Love, I'm pretty sure that we are going to be getting Rampage on a different night, Rampage on a different in a different time slot. I'm thinking this whole 9 o'clock thing is where they're trying to figure out, all right, let's see if people are watching this at 9 o'clock and not SmackDown, we can move to a different night, put Rampage at 9 o'clock and put it to 10, and we'll be okay. So I don't know, maybe this is a little bit of an experiment right there in that regard. But for right now, at that point, if you're going to do this move to make it a 9 o'clock show, you'd rather just move it to a different day. You would. At least I would. I've been wanting it to go to a different day.
That makes sense, I think. But I don't know why they're taking this route of it. It doesn't make much sense to me at this point.
Oh yeah, and we also learned that there's a match between Bryan and Minoru Suzuki that's going to be happening in Japan. Tony is allowing Daniel to go to New Japan to face Minoru Suzuki and other aspects. So I mean, listen, right there, that's insane in itself. But I said, you said in the group chat that they were falling into a trap. And I said, yeah, but if it works out for them, it works. But if it doesn't, then, and if it's actually done out of pettiness, then they should have stayed in their own lane, like you said in your TikTok, and just continue on with their lives. But I did like this whole long spiel saying, and this is, I hope, only going to be for one night. It only looks like it's going to be for one night when it actually does happen. But whether anybody wants to admit it or not, this competition is a good thing for both companies. You're going to make a better show for AEW in the long run of it. And obviously WWE looks at this and they're like, all right, we got to figure something out. Because if we're putting on shows like this and they're automatically just switching over to YouTube to watch one match and then waiting till 10 o'clock to figure something out when it comes to the AEW Rampage, we have to figure something out. So maybe this will spark a little bit of a fire up WWE's ass, or Vince's ass, really, but who knows?
So I got it.
It's all right. All right. Yep, no problem. I'll finish this up here, and you have a good life.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah. All right, guys. We're pretty much going to be ending this soon anyway. But guys, I did kind of want to just let that sink in for a bit. It's a very, very interesting situation with Dynamite not actually happening this Wednesday and it being moved to Saturday because of a sporting event happening on TNT. This is a very, very big moment for AEW and Friday Night SmackDown. It's a strange move, but if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, Tony Khan just has to shrug this off and live another day. But I think this is an experiment. If we are all going to be tuning in at 9 o'clock because of Bobby Fish versus Bryan Danielson, and nobody's going to be watching SmackDown, I think this is an experiment saying, all right, well, if people are going to be watching this at 9 o'clock, let's move it to a different day, put it at the 9 o'clock time slot, and we'll see where everything goes. But as of right now, the Friday Night Wars have begun, and we're always going to be here for it on OTB. I hope you will enjoy the ride as well. Let's take a look at chat. Wait, so what is going on? AEW Rampage is having a buy-in at 9 o'clock on their YouTube channel, having Bryan Danielson take on newly acquired Bobby Fish right dab in the middle of SmackDown this Friday. They are pretty much having this whole thing where, since SmackDown is supersized and they're going into Rampage an extra half hour, Tony Khan and AEW kind of just retaliated, and they said, hey, you know what, since you're going to be putting us having a little bit of a time constraint between your show and our show, we're just going to have Bobby Fish and Bryan Danielson wrestle on our YouTube channel at 9 o'clock to see what we can do in the smack dab middle of your show instead. So it's a very, very, very interesting time, and we'll definitely see how things go from there. Wars didn't really work for WCW. No, it didn't. And that's what Loft was saying before. When WCW tried to go after WWE in their wars, it did not work out. When TNA, now known as Impact, tried to do it for them as well, obviously that didn't work out too. So I don't think it's going to be as dramatic as this. I don't think AEW is going to fall under just because of this one night alone. It is only going to be for one night. This is not going to be a consistent thing, unless at least I hope I hope it's not, because if this is just a one-time experiment, cool. It's just a competition, and it's just the spirit of it. But if it actually continues week after week after week, then yes, this is a very petty move by Tony Khan, and we'll see where things go in AEW. But guys, that's it. That's really the main story that we have for you guys here tonight. NXT is happening right now. So I'm going to be watching that. We're going to be right back here on Outside the Brand for the NXT review. We might be talking a little more about this before the show does, before the review portion of the show starts, but it's a thing, guys. We're here for it. We're going to be seeing everything. Of course, I'm going to be watching SmackDown. Of course I am when 9 o'clock hits. But don't be like, listen, I'm going to have my computer right here, right on the side of me, and I'm going to be watching Bryan Danielson versus Bobby Fish, because first of all, that match is right there. And you're going to watch that match. Regardless of if you like this move or not, you're going to be watching that match, whether that is during the actual match itself, live, or after the fact. You are. And I said in the group chat, I'm like, if you're not going to be watching this, then you're just kidding yourself. You are. So that's it. We'll talk to you guys soon. Hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of this extra for you. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Go down there, hit the notification bell, that way you never miss an upload. Go to the description box. Follow all of us on TikTok and all the rest of our social medias, and I'll see you with the rest of the crew of OTB for NXT and the review of that show episode 67 will come to you guys soon. Peace out.